Hi and welcome back to Alistair Davies Golf. I'm here today at the Forest of Arden filming you a clip on how you can try and work through your swing changes better. So what I see with a lot of golfers is they try and take swing changes straight away to a full pace swing into the golf course. This with some players will work, but generally speaking they have to have a very clear commitment to what they're trying to do when they do this and kind of have one conscious thought. If they have one conscious thought, for example, like taking it back straighter, then they can go and play with that pretty quickly, I would imagine. It might feel different and it might take the area of focus away from where they would be normally, which can affect performance. But if they normally would have one thought, then it shouldn't affect that too much. What I want to talk to you about today with this video is how you can practice in a way that will help you take those swing changes to the course easier. I call it my gearing system. I'll talk you through my gears now very slowly. So for me, gear one would be to work on a new position, if you like, in the golf swing, where you might go position 1, position 2, whatever you're working on, but you do it in kind of a stage format. So you'd work in a what I call broken down fashion. So kind of take away, then to the top and maybe hit. And you do this in quite slow motion. So it might kind of look like this. Take away straighter, top, and then hit. So you're not going to get great shots from it. You're going to work certainly on movement and positions for sure, but you're not going to do the best shot and the longest shots you've ever could. But what you're trying to do is ingrain a position in your golf swing. Gear 2 would be to do that at a faster speed. So we might do this then more flowing. So it might be again gear 1, gear 2, and through. Okay. Now gear 3 would be to do this in what I call slow motion. So effectively what we have when we're trying to learn new skills is either break things down or slow them down or hit them shorter distance if you like. So gear 3 for me would be to go through positions we're trying to get or whatever concepts in a real slow motion. And this is by far easier than breaking it down to stages because you're doing a more flowing action. And in order to perform well, we really need to flow. So even if we do positional stuff, we need to switch off from positional stuff before we play anyway. So gear 4. Gear 4 will be trying to take it to a normal, natural golf swing. And what we want to do is when we work on positions or concepts, we want them to return to naturalness. And if our natural swing isn't exactly what we've been working on, we're hoping it's working towards that. So it's a bit like going to the gym. We don't walk out the gym with a six-pack. We would go and work in the gym very hard for a while in order to get our body looking the way we want it, or whatever our goal is in the gym. It's the same with our golf practice. We want it to slowly edge away at the technique that we're trying to create. So we take our normal technique to a new technique, if you imagine that concept. So the last stage we do in the practice area would be to make normal golf swings forming our full process. So we might do a practice swing that might be working through some positions. We might then change our club quite often, change our target quite often, but we certainly would do our practice swings in the process like we would in the course. So for me, it'd be a practice swing back here. If I'm working on my swing plane, might be a slow motion swing that's working through directional swing I want to see. Then I'd stand behind the ball, line up, pick my spot, get my kind of inner focus on where I want it to go, take my address position, and I might have one swing thought only or one target thought, whatever it would be, as I would be normal. And then the next stage to this would be just to perform that with different clubs every shot and to different targets every shot. That way it helps us transition this to the golf course and transfer it to the golf course easier. When we're doing drills on the course with a pile of balls in a very fixed environment, we don't get as much transfer over to the course as we would like. So the idea would be the more we can do transfer practice to different targets with different clubs and different environments, so maybe even different lies, it makes it more real. And that's the best chance of transferring it over. And then you might look at the 6th step, if you like, is to go to the golf course and play a few holes with that kind of non-judgmental values in your head. You know, you're not going out there to think about the consciousness too much. You're going to go out there and try and do some of these exercises on the golf course and try and slowly get the confidence and trust into the new swing shapes you might be doing on the course. So let's go through that very quickly again. So we might break the skill down, slow motion and broken down. Break it down but increase the speed. Slow motion but flowing. Then normal, and then normal into golf course mode. and then maybe the transferring stage might well be performing a task on the range, which has some kind of like imaginary green. How many shots out of 10 would you hit in the green, and doing the same kind of scoring system on the course for that transfer and some value. So you would post those results, and you create that kind of consequence with your practice and have that consequence in the course. So if you're kind of struggling with swing changes and taking those swing changes to the course, this kind of practice will help you transfer that quicker to the golf course without any shadow of a doubt. Hope you've enjoyed this video on how we can transfer our practice to the course. If you have, please click like down below. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. I've got regular videos every single week on a variety of subjects. Please post any comments, particularly videos you want me to cover in the future, and I'll be glad to get back to you as soon as I can. And thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon.